I wasn't lazy. I know how to work. I know how to get my ass up. I know how to get things done. What I was is too consumed with things that just didn't serve me. I'm one person. My energy is finite for the day. So if I'm spending 15% thinking about this person or this breakup, or I'm spending another 15-20% thinking about dysfunctional family members, and this much thinking about commuting and picking up kids and doing this and going to the store, what do you think? What energy do you have left for your creativity? What energy do you have left to pour back into you? Maybe you have 15% of energy left just for you. And that's just for basics. That's for cooking, cleaning, doing your hair, and just keeping yourself up. That's not about creativity and pouring into a business or pouring into education. Forget about that. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alyssa, and today I am talking about the fact that you know exactly what you need to do, but you're just not doing it. And so many of us think that we're not doing it because we're lazy or because we don't have the tools or it's so far-fetched, when really it's truly a lack of honesty with ourselves or parts of ourselves that we're not willing to look at. And that sounds a lot scarier than it really is in truth. And by that, I mean, a lot of the things that I found that I'm missing when I'm trying to get to the next level is mental and emotional spaciousness. So many of us have so much noise. There's so much noise in your life, so much bullshit. Why are you entertaining that? Right? Like we have to start to get really honest with ourselves, because I feel like it's going to come to a point where we have to just make a very sharp decision. It's either we're going to stay feeling stuck, we're going to stay feeling stagnant, or we're going to choose to do something different. Now, even when something is different and unfamiliar and it's better for us, it still comes with grief. And I feel as though on my own journey, there's a part of myself who didn't quite understand that releasing things come with grieving it. I'm attached to these things. You're attached to your lifestyle, the people you're around, the way you live, the way you make money, even if it's a little bit. You find some sort of comfort and familiarity in that. And sometimes it's like, I'd rather the devil that I know rather than go somewhere to some uncharted territory and then figure out that I'm inadequate or figure out that it's way harder than I thought. And as I'm on my journey to just regulate my nervous system, become calmer, become the woman that I've always envisioned, I find that the grieving process of releasing things and letting things go is completely attached to the mental and emotional spaciousness that you need to reduce the noise in your life. We really do have to let go of the things that do not serve us, even if it doesn't feel harmful while we're doing it, even if it feels fun or it feels good. So maybe you have a little boo thing, or maybe you like to drink or smoke or party, or I don't know, scroll your life away, watch too much TV. But these are the things that are noise. These are the things that are keeping your attention away from actually building the life that you want. And it sounds cliche, but it's very simple if we just kind of look at it from a lens of like, how can I make this the easiest I can possibly make it? I thought that almost as though it was promised to me that if I do the right thing, my efforts will be rewarded. If I quit my teaching job, which I did, and go rogue and do my own thing, I'll somehow, like a movie, everything will just fall into line. And it just didn't. But I think that was that naive part of my mind that thought just because I do something and my intentions are pure and I'm trying my best, that means I'm going to get rewarded immediately. It doesn't. And there's a part of my younger self and even myself today that didn't quite understand that when you release something, you naturally grieve it. You're naturally sad. You naturally might even feel depressed or even more anxious. It might get worse before it gets better, right? It's almost like detoxification. You're going to kind of, have all these things oozing out of yourself. It's going to become uglier before it becomes beautiful, because you're literally ridding the old you. You're severing your ties with what you used to be comfortable with. And if you could go through that process long enough to get to the you that's on that other side, that's where you will find mental and emotional spaciousness, by the simple things. And remember, I'm not talking about revamping your life all in one day, or, let's say you want to get your body right? You're not going to the gym. I'm not saying go from no days in the gym to 5 days. I'm saying go from no days to just 10 push-ups a day. And that might sound like, oh, that's so beneath me because I should really be doing, I should. But that's the pressure. That's the reason why you're stuck now, because you're not being honest with yourself and you're not meeting yourself where you are. And for me, that was my biggest vice, is not meeting myself where I am. So you're not lazy. You're not stuck. You just don't have enough space in your mind to quiet the noise of everything else that's pulling on you turn down the volume. I'm not talking about change your life. Like, this is not even like one of those kind of videos. And I'm getting tired of that. Right? Like, how difficult is it to just change your life? Oh, move out, do this, do that. That's kind of tricky for the average person to do, right? So we're talking realistically. You can turn the volume down a bit. So on the things that you are aware of that don't serve you, like for me not being active at all, that doesn't serve me. I'm 33 now. So if I want to sit up here and think that this body gonna build itself, okay, or this ass gonna grow a shelf by osmosis, I would be delusional. There's certain things that I need to do. There's certain things that I have to say yes to, and there's certain things that I have to say no to. And coming to terms with that, again, I can't stress it more. It's grief. It's sadness. I'm sad that I have to choose to go to the gym 4 times a week, maybe for the rest of my life. But it won't always be this hard, and maybe it'll be a little bit easier at some point. But right now, it is still hard. It is still hard. I don't wake up gleeful that I have to go to the gym. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of walking and doing the 10,000 steps and doing all that. I'm tired. Shoulders hurting. I get home and I walk 10 hours and I only got 2,050 steps. But the thing is, if I don't allow myself to go through that process and get to the results phase, what is 100% guaranteed for me is that I won't hit it. But at least if I try a little something, I may get it. I might be in the running now. So even on those days where you don't hit your goals as much as you want, or you kind of miss the mark because you have that perfectionistic mindset like me, I started to make it easier for me to win. I started making it easier for me to be successful by bringing the goalpost closer to me. And I talked about this in my last video. Bring the goalpost closer. Stop putting it in the North Pole when you know that you barely up out the South. Right? Like, why? Like, why are we doing that to ourselves? So if you know you can't hit 10,000, that's fine. Hit 5,000 steps. Hit 2,000 steps. It's better than nothing. And then over time, you'll grow that muscle to where 2,000 steps will feel like nothing. But don't have so lofty of goals that you just never hit them, because that's what kept me stuck for so long. Thinking like, if I just, like I said before, if I quit my job and do this, and I'll be like Wolf of Wall Street, I'll become a millionaire out of nowhere. That did not happen, right? But it's like, we have such grand ideas, and I think it's rooted in a little bit of delusion, at least for me. I can admit, like, I'm a little bit delusional sometimes, but I think you do need a healthy amount of delusion, and I will talk about that at another video. But for the sake of change, just do a little something. It's not going to kill you. Don't change your life. That's not the type of video, that's not the type of channel this is, because I'm rooted in reality. I'm not telling you to change your whole life. I'm telling you to just turn the volume down on certain things, right? So if you look at your to-do list and you're supposed to get your 1,000,000 steps and you haven't hit that in the last 89 days, you should probably do 1,000 steps. Maybe that's something you could actually hit. And actually getting to your goals little by little, inch by inch, for me, it almost rewired my brain and makes me look at my old self differently. Where I'm like, you know what? I actually have not been lazy. I wasn't lazy. I know how to work. I know how to get my ass up. I know how to get things done. What I was is too consumed with things that just didn't serve me. I'm one person. My energy is finite for the day. So if I'm spending 80% of my energy here, or 15% thinking about this person or this breakup, or I'm spending another 15-20% thinking about dysfunctional family members, and this much thinking about commuting and picking up kids and doing this and going to the store, what do you think? What energy do you have left for your creativity? What energy do you have left to pour back into you? And not just, because think about it, now you're dealing with, maybe you have 15% of energy left just for you. And that's just for basics. That's for cooking, cleaning, doing your hair, and living and just keeping yourself up. That's not about creativity and pouring into a business or pouring into education. Forget about that. That takes a hell of an amount of energy. You have to be a generator in order to be able to be and run to that capacity with how much energy that you're pushing out in every other aspect of your life. So then now you have eyes of compassion for yourself, rather than just calling yourself lazy or, I'm slow to start, or I'm stuck in my ways. No, you're not. Your energy is just spent in every other way that does not pay you back. And now you are understanding and seeing the effects of that. That's what that is. You're not lazy. So let's just squash that right now. And that's the beautiful thing about growth. And that's the beautiful thing about self-compassion, because over time, if you just watch your life unfold. As I'm watching my life unfold, I'm starting to see that as I lessen the noise in my life, reduce things, I grow more compassion. And not because I'm hitting my goals and I'm doing it perfectly, but because I'm giving myself permission to win. I'm giving myself permission to win sloppily, to win clumsily, and to win in a way that I would not in my past even acknowledge. And because I'm doing that, I'm now starting to treat myself like somebody I really love and somebody I really care about. I would never ever discount someone's effort that they're putting forth in their life to become different and to become new. And that's what you're doing. But for some reason, when it comes to you, you're hard on yourself. And when it comes to you, you're lazy. And when it comes to you, I can't get shit done. When it comes to you, I'm stagnant. But if you saw somebody else who you loved in the same exact predicament that you are, you'd be more compassionate. And again, I'm not telling you to lower your standards for yourself, but I'm telling you that sometimes you just might not mentally and emotionally be ready for the level of emotional, mental fortitude that it takes to hit the goals that you want. You might not have the energy levels for that. You might not have the mental and emotional spaciousness for that. So when we're at this level, we don't even care about getting to this level and excelling. We care about just going up one notch, because all that's doing is teaching us compassion. And from a place of compassion is where we grow. It's where we allow. It's where we give ourselves permission. And when we're feeling more free and we have more mental and emotional space available to us, that is the energy that we can finally use to prosper and to be the version of ourselves that we envision. And that's what I mean when I say we have to be honest with ourselves, because again, I think I was pretty far away from the woman that I always envisioned at some point in my life, because I think I thought I had to be perfect to be her. I think I thought that my life had to look a certain way in order to be her. And if it doesn't look just like this and fit in this box, and if I'm not doing this by this age and I don't look this way and I don't have this amount in my bank account, then clearly I'm not her, because the woman I envisioned, she got all that shit. But bringing the goalpost closer to you, you start to realize like, wow, it's really not about what I thought it should look like, but it's about what it is. And only when you're honest with yourself can you meet yourself where you're at to acknowledge what it even is. And then from there, you grow compassion, you grow empathy for yourself, you grow grace, you grow kindness, because we're not looking for perfection, right? I'm no longer looking for perfection in myself. I'm looking for directional success, right? Am I moving in the right direction? So for example, I was supposed to hit 9,000 steps. I hit like 8,500 today. I'm not tripping about that. Old Alyssa, I would put on my boots and go do one more lap around because I got to hit that. But then guess what? It's not sustainable, because guess what? Check on me in 1 month and I bet you I won't be doing it. I've lived that way too many times to be confused about how this might turn out if I go about it in a way where it only counts if I do it perfectly well. So in short, don't be afraid to meet yourself where you are. Don't be afraid to crawl. Don't be afraid to do it badly, to suck at it, and to do it where you're even embarrassed or a little bit ashamed of your efforts. That's okay. Those are things that you will have to fight through to get to that version. But I promise, the fight doesn't always feel this brutal. It doesn't. Because for me, it is still a little bit brutal. Like even recording right now is a little bit brutal, because like I told you guys, if you know anything about me and you watch my videos, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be this. I want the lesson to land. And I want my concepts to already be built so I can teach and I can impact. But right now, all I got is for you guys to just witness me going through what I'm going through and me to teach you a lived experience, like what I'm actually doing. So essentially, I'm not teaching you shit. Like I'm just sitting here in front of a camera and you're kind of watching certain concepts in my life unfold, and I'm just sharing, right? So even me kind of re-prefacing what I'm doing has helped me be able to show up more, because I took pressure off. I turned the volume down, right? Like I met myself with where I'm at, and I'm allowing myself, I'm giving myself permission to be successful now. I'm not waiting until I'm perfect. I'm not waiting until everything in my life is perfect, and then I could come to you guys all polished in my, my skyline view office and, looking all ritzy and stuff. I would have loved to pop out like that. But no, here I am, just me, and this is more than enough. And where you're at is more than enough, but you have to give your permission. You have to give yourself permission for it to be more than enough and for you to really show up. Because whatever that is that keeps calling at you, that keeps gnawing at you, there's a reason for that. And I would really hate for you to override that reason because somebody like me or somebody like another little girl, little boy, older people, doesn't matter, could really benefit from you giving yourself permission to just show up. So we need you. Whatever, I don't want you to keep waiting anymore. So if this video has helped you at all, make sure you like, comment, and share. And I will be back in a couple days with something new. See you guys then.